Enfys Tarot. It is March 11th, 2025, and it's True Intentions Tuesday. So we're getting started a little bit earlier this morning because this tarot reader has to get to her day job a little bit earlier than usual today. So I will still be taking some questions after our True Intentions reading, but we probably won't be on here for a full hour. It'll probably be a little bit less today. But we are going to do the True Intentions reading, and that is the reading where we ask Spirit to let us know what the people in our lives are thinking, what are their motives, what are their true intentions. So start thinking about some people in your life, and let's see if we can get down to the nitty-gritty of where they're coming from, and then we'll pull some Rider-Waite-Smith and find out how best to navigate whatever's going on. So good morning, Triple X. Good morning, Stephen, Yuri. I'm so glad you're both here. I was just mentioning that I need to hit the road pretty soon and get an earlier start on my day job work day today. So we're starting a little bit earlier, and I won't be here for a full hour, but I am taking questions after this True Intentions reading. So I'm just going to continue shuffling. The other thing I want to pop out as a little disclaimer is if I pull a True Intentions card that we have pulled several times lately, I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle and pull again, because any messages that are coming through that we've received recently, we can refer back to. Okay, so I'll let you know if something comes through and it's a redundancy, and then you can look for that one in one of the earlier videos, earlier True Intentions. All right. We're feeling set. We're feeling ready. All right, Spirit, what are their true intentions? Ooh, look at that. Getting a lot of shuffling. What are their true intentions? Unsolicited advice. Okay, so we have gotten this one in the past, but it's been a minute. So there's someone in your life who is certain they know best, and they hate to say, I told you so. But they're thinking, they're kind of maybe judging you a little bit, or just thinking like, you should have listened to me. So here's that card, unsolicited advice. And, that is not uncommon for us to receive unsolicited advice. What we have to remember is that just because someone appears to be more knowledgeable or more experienced doesn't necessarily mean that they are experienced in our path and the way that we best function. Sometimes it's important, it's always important to at least listen to advice and consider it, right? We don't want to just shut advice down, but we don't necessarily always want to just take the advice and act on it. Sometimes that's, results in a positive thing. Sometimes it results in sort of a negative thing, but you got to remember, our path includes challenges that we are meant to undergo. And other people cannot decide for us what our path is. That's something that we have control over. That's our autonomy. So, all right, Spirit, how do we best navigate a situation right now with someone who is kind of feeling like they told us so, like they're giving us this unsolicited advice? What should we do right now? So for some of you, it might be within your family. Might be your parents, brother, sister, someone in your immediate family who's trying to tell you that they don't agree with the way you're handling things and they think their way is better. And it could cause a rift. And the King of Cups in reverse suggests that someone could actually be trying to persuade you in sort of manipulative ways to listen to what they're saying. Has anyone ever been in a situation where they are being like forcefully persuaded and manipulated into doing something that just doesn't fit right for them? Like it just doesn't feel right. It's like my gut is telling me this is a big no, and you're telling me that this is the smartest thing for me to do. that can be a really tricky thing to navigate if you are in a position where you feel like you aren't an expert. So, what can be done? I mean, this is going to be in a situation where there's a lack of satisfaction, right? And maybe made on some past heartache experience. Like maybe you've made this mistake before and you're making it again, or maybe you've made a mistake before that is kind of putting you in a situation where you don't want to make it again, and so you're coming from a place of fear rather than growth. Then you've got the Nine of Cups. And it's funny because we had two very oppositional cards yesterday with the Nine of Cups. It could also be that you think you know best. Your pride is in the way and you don't want to listen to anybody else's. You know what we got to do is just sit with this for a minute. We're getting the Hanged Man as our answer today for this unsolicited advice reading. It's going to be really important to not act right away. All right? Don't just jump into action. Don't jump into argument. It's time to consider all of the aspects of something before moving forward. So just surrender to the situation right now. Just make peace with it, whatever it is, no matter how disappointed you are in the way things work or how you think you need to tweak it. If you're afraid of making a mistake again and that's preventing you from moving forward, or if you are feeling too proud to take someone else's advice, all of these things play into it when we're in this kind of situation. And right now, no matter which, team you're playing from, the answer is the same, and that is to surrender to the situation and get the perspective before moving forward. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Some of us, like, this is something that we've repeated for sure. This might be something that we're making the same mistake twice and we didn't learn our lesson the first time. And it may very well be time for us to change our direction. And as I mentioned, coming through earlier in this conversation, it doesn't mean necessarily that we have to take someone else's advice, but sometimes when someone else is offering us advice that isn't in agreement with our own take on a situation, it gives us the opportunity for perspective. And it allows us to understand that there's more than one way to do something. And it's not just two ways. If there are two ways, there are infinite ways, right? So just take a minute. Just take a minute. Keep going, okay? Keep thinking about it, keep working things, keep juggling, keep dancing with the rhythm, find your rhythm, and get that perspective before acting. All right, so there is our true intentions reading today. Is there one more card for that? Talk to people. Talk to people. Get a second opinion. Like you have your idea, someone else has theirs. Talk to other people and see what they have to say about the situation. Get some people on board and find out if they have some insight to provide to you. All right? There is your true intentions reading today. Let's go ahead and get started with some questions from our visitors. Let's see. All right. Good morning, Samantha Marie. Okay, Stephen Yuri, you've got the first question in here. I'll just take an update on the ongoing to-do. Good morning. They are the ones who are now having to answer the authorities. Okay. All right. Let's get an update on the ongoing to-do. see. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, the Star, and the 6 of Pentacles. Is there one more? Okay. And then the 6 of Cups. All right. The ongoing situation is creating someone, maybe all parties, to feel isolated in some way, disconnected from each other. And that is moving very quickly into the energy of trying to get through something. And this may be not even the result. What I'm actually thinking is that the action was in an effort to get out of a place of scarcity and isolation and feeling disconnected. And things are moving very, very quickly now. And it may be a time right now to take on this 9 of Wands energy where you're looking at everything that's led up to this situation where it is right now. And this is the, taking a breather, licking the wounds card, and getting ready to step back in to continuing the effort. That's what's coming through here. And that's why you have the 8 of Pentacles coming in, because you're like almost at the finish line. Once you have regrouped, and it's important to regroup after each step sometimes. It's like you do something, there's an action, and you don't always jump into the very next action. Sometimes you stay there for just a minute, you reassess, and then you step forward again. At the end of this period of in between that action and the next one, regroup, catch your breath, and then continue along the same course. Don't change course. Keep working on it, okay? It is going to have an impact on the timing of everything. So I'm getting the sense that you don't want to wait too long and you don't want to jump in too soon either. The timing needs to be right before your next action. So right now, focus on the timing and what makes the most sense, because things are going to shift a little bit. And that's what's coming in here with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like there's going to be a moment of thinking. It's like after you step back in, there may be a moment where you're thinking, oh, is everything still okay? Am I still on the right course? Because things seem to have become unbalanced. Like if you're feeling confident right now, things might result in you feeling a little less confident, or vice versa. If you're feeling like things aren't very secure and steady right now and you're uncertain about the way things are going to play out, things could shift, things could move around a little bit. Your overarching sort of attitude toward this process needs to continue to be coming from a place of generosity. You don't want to be butting heads with anyone. You want to keep a level playing field as much as possible. Communicate in a way that doesn't, you don't want to show all your cards, right? You don't want to show your whole hand, but you want to work together in a way that's fair and keeps everybody, following the rules of the game, I guess. It's like, make sure you're keeping everyone in a good place mentally, which can be a challenge here, but it's going to need to come from a place of generosity, not opposition. All right, does that make sense? And be aware of the steps that, if you're doing something that you're unfamiliar with and you accidentally take a misstep, don't be afraid to stand in that. Be like, oh, that was an oopsie daisy, sorry for the confusion, or that was, and here's how I'm going to fix it. If that's you or the other person, that's something that's going to be important in working through the situation. Just be aware. No one has to be taking the high road in this, is what I'm really feeling. This needs to be coming from a place of like generosity and goal oriented, like, this is the problem, here's how I think we need to solve it, This is how I want to move forward. Let's all work together. Like that kind of energy rather than an oppositional energy. So that's where you are. That's the update right now, that things are moving quickly to get you out of this place of disconnection, scarcity, and isolation. And you might be in a spot right now where things have moved so fast, or you might be in a moment where things have moved so fast that you need to like stop and catch your breath. And then once you've caught your breath, keep moving forward. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay? So that's your update, Stephen. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that answer. Hi, I'm so sorry. I'm going to destroy the pronunciation of your name. Maybe it's B. Nicole. B. Nicole. Hi, B. Nicole. Happy to have you here, Virgo. Tomorrow is the All Signs reading. So if you're coming in for a Virgo reading, come back tomorrow. If you have a question though, and you'd like me to answer a question today, put your question into the chat box and I will answer that. All right? Samantha Marie, what can Spirit tell me about the rest of the month? What moves do I need to make? What have I been missing lately that should be obvious? Okay. All right. What's coming in for Samantha Marie in March? What does she need to do? And what does she not see coming? What is she missing? Okay. What's coming in? I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. We're going to start that way. What's coming in this month? What does Samantha need to do? And what might she be missing? What's coming in this month? Savings. Okay? This month you want to hold on to things. You don't want to do a whole lot of spending. This month is a time for you to really accumulate. Don't spend. All right? What does she need to do? You might have to make some tough decisions this month. You might be in a position where you'd really like to do something special or spend some money, or maybe you were planning a trip or something and you just can't afford it right now. Like you might experience some disappointment and you have to act sort of responsibly this month when it comes to that. Like you're going to have to be disappointed about something in order to hold on to whatever you're accumulating. Okay? What are you not seeing? Oh, you're not seeing how this is your highest good. So this month, you need to focus on saving money, saving assets, saving energy, whatever it is. Don't expend, okay? Don't get rid of, don't share too much. Make sure you are saving this month, even when you're faced with a tough decision and you'd really like to give. This might be someone who wants, like, they come and ask a favor of you and you're like, sure, I can help. I've got money in the bank, or you can stay at my place, or I've got dinner tonight, no problem. That's not going to work. You don't want to do that this month. You got to hold on to your stuff and understand, no matter how disappointing it seems, that if you act in this way where you're holding on and saving, it is for the highest good of all involved. Okay? And it is going to allow that like Aquarius energy to come through. There's a lot of Aquarius in this. You see they're pouring the chalice, or the pitcher into, that's Aquarian energy. And Aquarius likes to give. Aquarians like to continue contributing and strengthening the whole, like the whole group. There's this keen awareness that if an Aquarian gives, it's good for everyone, right? You need to understand that this month, you're not over giving, you're not overspending, because for you this month, you're going to need to get filled up because your assets are going to be more important later, okay? So that's what you need to know, Samantha Marie. Hold on to your stuff. Yeah. Hello, Tanika McKnight. Okay, triple X. Will S break silence with me in March? Let's see. Will S break silence with triple X in March? Will S break silence with triple X in March? No. So S is not going to break silence with you in March, but someone is. You're going to find truth somehow. Someone is going to feel compelled to act on the truth of a situation. You're going to get information probably about Will S or probably about S, but it's not going to come straight from S. Okay? It's like going to come from other people. They're going to feel like they need to act on the truth. It may be you that's acting on the truth and letting people know the truth. Yeah, because there has been a general misjudgment about a situation, and that misjudgment affects everyone involved, and it's spreading like wildfire. This is taking the shape of some kind of like a rumor almost, or just misinformation or disinformation, and everybody's sort of like, I don't know, just sort of hoarding the information. They're like, oh, now we know everything. They want to know everything about a situation, and so every little piece of information they get, they're holding on to that and trying to put the pieces together. S is not going to be direct with you, okay? But you might get information elsewhere. And if there's information, misinformation circulating, you need to be the one to stand in the truth, okay? Yeah, and then you've got the Three of Swords in reverse. It's time to move. Ultimately, it's going to be time for you to move past this situation, let go of the responsibility of holding the pain over this person S. Okay? Just stick with the truth. That is your way out. That is your way forward, sticking with the truth. And yeah, S is probably not going to break silence. If they do, and I don't see that they are, it's going to be with others, and it's not going to be 100% accurate. So, okay. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Angel guides. What are Rob's current feelings toward me? We're Leos. Angel guides. What are Rob's current feelings toward angel guides? What are Rob's current feelings toward angel guides? 2 Leos. That must be a fun pair. Anxiety and worry. Rob is having some anxious feelings. A lot of it's thought driven. I mean, it's swords, right? Swords are beliefs. Rob's got some thoughts going on that are causing him some anxiety around you. And then there's the Three of Cups, which is upright. Is this a directive? Okay. when I said must be a fun pair, I think that was a reason that that came through. There is a feeling of afraid that this, maybe that the shoe is going to drop, or Rob's feelings toward you definitely have something to do with fear of an ending, or sad about an ending, missing the good times, wanting to have fun and feeling like they can't. So, I mean, definitely there's a yearning, there's a desire to like connect with you on a really fun level. Like they just want to have a good time and they feel like they can't do that because something has to come to an end for some reason. And I think that maybe that some reason has to do with other people's involvement. Other people may be causing problems here, whether it's it's some kind of interference. So you know, what can you do? What can you do? I don't know. There's some heavy disappointment. I don't know that there's anything you can do. It may be time to look for another opportunity for something else. Okay? At least right now. I think that at least right now. There's some real there's some real crummy feeling right now because Rob wishes that things could be fun or close, or like there's a desire to have fun with you, and there's some belief that makes it impossible for that to happen. There's something going on. There's some interference that's causing problems there. So it may be time for you to move on, at least for now. I'm feeling like with that Four of Cups, if you're focusing heavily on the Rob situation, you're going to miss something else that's trying to come your way. Thank you for letting me read your cards. You're welcome, Stephen. Okay, motivational vibes. What are Smith's next feelings and intentions with me in love this spring? Oh, let's get a reading for motivational vibes and Smith. Smith and motivational vibes. Okay, right now I'm already feeling like you have caught Smith's attention and they are feeling curious. Like, what's going on over there? Okay, sounds like Smith needs to work something through. Like you have definitely they've taken notice of you, but they're worried about a current situation. I don't know if they're in a relationship or if they have loose ends to tie up, but they are worried about making sure that everything is handled fairly and evenly distributed. So, and it's not with this Six of Pentacles coming in here upright. I don't know. They're really trying to make it so that they're in a position like they do have, you have caught their attention. They're in a place where they're not sure if it's going to work because of some something that they already are responsible for handling. It could be that they are trying to make room to have you part of their life. And there's something going on that you don't know. That's why this high priestess is coming in. Like there's an aspect of Smith's life that they have to deal with, and it's causing some difficulty in their ability to pursue you or maybe anyone else right now. And there's also this degree of uncertainty. Like they're really afraid that if they move forward with things with you, that things aren't going to work out for some reason. They have to get through that. They have to get through that sort of mental block. Is there a way here? I mean, Knight of Cups coming in here, like there's some real potential for some serious feelings and fun and being like swept off of your feet. And then the Two of Wands coming in here is suggesting that this could be a change of course for Smith and for you. Like that, but they have to be able to make a decision. I'm wondering if it has to do with an ex-partner. If maybe they're working through a divorce or getting cleaned up after an old relationship that wasn't working, or maybe there are kids involved. Yeah, it's gonna be coming soon. Like, put yourself in front of Smith, okay? Put yourself in front of them and just learn more about that person. And there's nothing in here that suggests the two of you shouldn't be together. I'm actually feeling like this could be good for both of you, but there's more information that you need to know, and not red flags, just that you need to know more. And there is something that Smith needs to take care of in order to create the space for a relationship. So it may happen in spring. The star card coming in here suggests that it actually might all unfold throughout spring. So just keep in front of Smith, okay? Keep talking to them and learning about them and indicate your interest. Don't push it though. Like they're still in a spot where they have concerns and not sure if they can work things out. All right. Just be open, be curious. All right. So thank you for letting me read your cards. I definitely want to know how things go with you and Smith. Nothing like a budding spring romance. Tara Demore, hi, how are you? Gracious greetings, Kiki Law. Yes, exactly, Stephen. How can we fix this over someone has to win? Exactly right, perfectly stated. Come to Jesus. You're welcome, Samantha Marie. Thank you, Stephen. Good morning, Divine Timing. You're welcome, Angel Guides. Okay, Divine Timing. What lessons am I meant to currently learn? What lessons is Divine Timing meant to currently learn? Temperance in reverse. Patience. Divine Timing, the lesson that you need to learn currently is patience. And I'm wondering if what I'm hearing from your higher self is like, I'm tired of learning the lesson of patience. I know how to be patient. There's a peacefulness that you are missing out on. There's some kind of feeling that comes with a higher state of patience and being present. And sort of like, learning how to take it easy, kind of going with the flow a little bit, being able to rest in ease, like just kind of going with the flow. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You're going to keep on being handed this lesson until you reach a place of peace and temperance and patience. There is a higher, it's like the next level of your capacity for patience and temperance. That actually feels like a good thing when you're experiencing it. Like you enjoy it. Not like it's something you're exercising patience. It's different. There's something else you can be getting from this, and it's supposed to be something you enjoy. And you're going to keep getting the lesson. I suspect you have had to learn, like, endure this lesson over and over and over again. And the word endure is important here because the lesson is not to endure it, but to actually experience it. And that's where you're going to find an answer to something. There is an answer to something. And big blind spots here. This is one of those things where it's like you don't know what you don't know. That's what's happening right now. There's an element to patience and temperance and going with the flow that you have missed out on because you've made it like a responsibility or a duty to be patient rather than enjoying it as a gift, an opportunity to be patient. And that's not even quite it. Like it's a blind spot. It's a blind spot. There aren't words for me to perfectly express because it's one of those things where you have to experience it in order to understand it fully. So I will not be able to communicate that to you because I will not be able to ever experience it in exactly the way you're meant to experience it. But that's the lesson. That is the lesson right now. And yeah, listen to the call. There's something about listening to the call. Be vulnerable to the moment. Be totally open. Really present. Maybe focus on what you're actually experiencing. Maybe there's a stillness. I know you're disappointed in that reading. I'm sorry. But that's what you got to learn. That's the lesson. I have faith in you. You've got this. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Okay. Who's up next? Diva, will the male Aries eventually start communication with me? Will the male Aries eventually start communication with me? Thank you. Let's see. What's going on for Diva and this male Aries? Will they eventually start communication with Diva? Male Aries. I'm getting some real arrogance coming from that Aries. Eventually. Right now, that Aries is sitting on their high horse. What I felt a strong gust of arrogance, a strong air of arrogance coming through when I started focusing on that male Aries. And look who came through, the King of Pentacles, someone who is really very content right now, very satisfied with themselves. They've worked to achieve something and they're really sitting on top of their achievements, their accomplishments. Now, usually this is a good card. The King of Pentacles is a beautiful card, but today it's coming through with some arrogance. I'm getting high horse energy here, and look, the Knight of Swords in reverse. That's your high horse energy. Jeez, it's like they're blind to everything else because they're so focused on themselves. Temperance, Page of Cups, King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so something needs to knock the Aries off of the high horse in order to temper them and open up any lines of communication. It's not going to happen right now, okay? Something is going to happen, though, where this Aries is going to get sort of woken up by the truth. Like right now, I feel like they're hiding behind some things that they are in denial of, and that helps them stay on this high horse. And something is going to come in to temper that. Something is going to wake this person up a little bit. And at that point, then are we going to get then I think there might be communication. But yeah, right now, look, you've got the Five of Swords in reverse. Right now, there's a sense of defeat. There's a sense of a winner and a loser, you know? And the truth is that no one wins. But right now, the Aries is feeling like they won. Does that make sense? So something has to sort of wake them up a little bit to temper that arrogance in order for them to be more communicative and open to receiving information and to talking to you. Yeah, and then there just needs to be some illumination. They're not in a position right now where they're feeling vulnerable. They're in a position right now with high horse energy. They feel like they're invincible, and something needs to occur to illuminate them to the truth and have them face what they're denying so that it levels the playing field. Right now, the playing field is not level. But once that temperance enters the conversation, and it'll be an outside factor, it's probably not going to be you. I don't think that anything you say or do is going to be heard right now by this Aries. I'm not sure about that. But something is going to illuminate their situation to the truth. And at that point, there might be some lines of communication opened up, but not right now. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Okay, Last Nin. What do you want me? I'm just going to give you a general reading. You seem like you're having a great time. What's for dinner? What's coming in for Last Nin? The world coming in, you're having a good time right now, and you need to just continue doing that. You're like very playful, very vulnerable. look who's coming to dinner, you know, like this is a fun energy coming from you, and I'm picking up on that with this world card. You're spinning your batons, you're going through and just having a good time, and you know that you're protected. Strength card coming in next. You know how to have fun. And then wow, look at all these major arcana cards you're getting. The World, Strength, the Hanged Man, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Cups upright. Just here's your message for today. Keep having fun. Keep on going through with that sense of confidence where you don't have to be forceful. You can just be graceful and friendly and have a good time. That is what's going to allow you to just make peace with the situations that arise, and you'll be able to see everything clearly, okay? It's what's going to let you know when to change your tempo. There's going to be an occasion coming up where it's going to require you to maybe not be having so much fun. Maybe you need to handle something more seriously. Maybe you're in a situation right now where you're navigating that and you're learning what to say and when. And that is what's going to bring you this Ten of Cups energy where things are full of harmony and peace and beauty and celebration, maximum contentment. So you're in a really good spot right now, Last Nin. And if you were seriously asking about like what's going on, what's going to be dinner today, like dinner's going to be great. Dinner's going to be great. Thank you for letting me read your cards. You did not get the moon. You did not get the moon. So I don't know about the whole bike situation. Hey, Aesthetic Delta, how are you? Destiny you. Hi, how are you today? Great seeing you too, Aesthetic Delta. Yep. You're welcome, Divine Timing. You're welcome. Prisha, hi. All right, Aesthetic Delta. What are Marlene's intentions? She seems a bit walled off, but I think she'll open up before long. She is a Saggy. We run into each other at dancing places a lot. Okay. What are Marlene's intentions? Let me pull you. Now, I was going to pull you a True Intentions card, but as soon as I diverted my energy to it, the deck was like, no. All right. What are Marlene's intentions? Oh, she's shy. Marlene is walled off. Look at that. Marlene is walled off. She is afraid of losing control over situations. She's looking for someone who she can feel safe with. She's looking for someone who she can have fun with, but also feel vulnerable around. And sometimes her mind gets in the way of that. She thinks too practically, and she's kind of cynical, I think. Like, she really believes that what she knows is the truth, and she's got a wall up. She is walled off. She can be inspired. She's got this Page of Wands coming in. If you're interested in Marlene, maybe give her something to be curious about, you know? I would not approach her with any degree of like bravado or forcefulness or any kind of strong intention, you know? Like, she needs to feel safe around people, and I think that it's hard for her to do that. I think that her thoughts just get in the way too much. Yeah, she's suffered something. She has something in her life has caused her to put everything she had into it, and she allowed herself to be vulnerable, and she gave it all she had, and it did not work out. And from then on, she's been like, okay, I'm not going to allow my emotions to get that attached to anything ever again, and I am going to just be the Queen of Swords. No emotion. I'm going to think about things carefully. I'm going to act on things decisively. Just not a bulldozer, but like an arrow just piercing through, like she's protecting herself. And yeah, she's anxious about stuff. Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. There is an opportunity if you can take things slow. If you're interested in Marlene, if you can take things slowly, there may be an opportunity for some potential there. All right, there may be an opportunity for you both to have sort of a new beginning with a kind of person that maybe you haven't been together with before. Yeah, this could be a good thing, but you're going to have to take things very, very carefully, very slowly, because it takes almost nothing for Marlene's walls to go up even higher than they already are. Okay? Very slowly. So yeah, she's a good person. She's a good person. Underneath all of the exterior is the Queen of Pentacles, and that Queen of Pentacles has been hurt. But that's her underlying energy, is of love and nurturing and, just deep feeling and protection. Not just for herself, but for others. Okay, guys, we are coming up on just about an hour here. I think I've got time for one, maybe two more. So let's see. Eddie, dementia setting in. Nightfall Waves. When will I get a full-time job? Thank you. All right, Nightfall Waves. When will they get a full-time job? And thank you, Aesthetic Delta, for letting me read your cards today. I'm glad to have you here. Good luck with Marlene. When will Nightfall Waves? Nightfall Waves. When will Nightfall Waves get a full-time job? Nightfall Waves get a full-time job. Judgment in reverse. Oh, you're looking at work the wrong way, or you're misjudging what you're capable of. Then you've got the Two of Cups coming in here upright, and the Chariot coming in here. Okay, so pretty soon, there are steps that you need to take in order to get this full-time job situation going. I feel like someone is interested in working with you on something, and maybe you're afraid of getting involved because you think it's going to just be too much work, and you're trying to avoid that kind of work or the workload of it. But that's where things are kind of getting messed up, is here with the Tower in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Like, they're coming in right under this 10 of Wands and the Judgment in reverse. Okay, you got to be willing to put a lot, like you got to make peace with the idea that your calling is going to require hard work and dedication. And sometimes it's really scary to commit and invest in something that you know is going to require more than you feel like you want to put into it. But there's someone who's going to come into your life and they're going to want to work with you. That's this Two of Cups here. It could be a potential business partner or an employer, and it's actually going to be a really good thing. You're going to find that you're really good at it, and the workload is not going to be what you anticipated because it's going to come kind of easily for you. Like, yeah, it's a hard job, but when you do it, it's not as hard as it could be for others, and you find it very satisfying. So you're going to find the full-time job when you can really latch on to the idea that even though it seems like this opportunity is going to be hard work and a lot of it might be something that is really satisfying and fulfilling for you, and it doesn't feel like work. Okay? So yeah, the star is in reverse. It's not going to happen right now. Okay? You gotta keep your eyes open and just be aware, okay, when for things that are coming in. Don't shut them down because you think it's going to just be too hard. All right? Keep an open mind here. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that reading. Okay, Prisha. I feel down in the dumps at this point in my life. I'm Gemini and I hope for some guidance. Okay. Can we get some Gemini guidance for Prisha, who's feeling down in the dumps? Let's get some guidance for Prisha. Prisha, these two cards could mean a couple of things. You've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and then you've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. If you're feeling down in the dumps, you need to surround yourself with people who make you feel elevated, okay? Try to stay away from people that bring you down. And sometimes that can be hard to see when you're right in it. Like sometimes you can be around people who appear to be great people and you think you like them and you think they like you and everything is fine, and then after you leave their company you have this sort of underlying feeling of just like crappiness, you know, like you just don't feel great and you can't quite put your finger on what's bringing you down. There's some people in your life who are creating this feeling in you. And I think you need to move away from those groups of people. So think about that. When you're around people, who are the people who make you feel good? And who are the people that make you feel kind of down? And if the reason you're feeling down is because you haven't been near your friends, like maybe something happened and you haven't been able to spend time with your friends, or you're changing jobs or something, it has to do with the people in your life. And right now you need to gravitate toward the groups of people that make you feel really safe and loved. Okay? It could be your family, your biological family, or it could be a group of people who you feel like home in. All right? It's your situation has to do with disappointment by people, loss of people, people not being honest with you, not being themselves with you, and then you feeling like you can't be yourself. This is a clue here. If there are groups of people you're hanging out with and you feel like you can't fully be yourself within those groups, that's your first indication that that's a group you should be spending less time with. Okay? Yeah, look at that. Spend less time with these people. Okay? That's your guidance today. The reason you're feeling down is because there are people making you feel down. And I don't know that they're doing it intentionally. You know, it's not like they're bad people. It's just that there's a lack of chemistry. There's something in that group that makes you feel kind of zapped of your energy instead of energized. So be very mindful of that, and that will help you understand what direction you need to move toward in terms of your social life. And that will help guide you out of the dumps. Okay? All right. I have to go to work, guys. So take just a real quick look here. Just say hi to everyone. Good morning, Philip Bramucci. So nice to see you here. Oh, there's 1111. That's I saw that yesterday. That's so funny. Oh, let's see. All right, I do see VL Balone. I see Destiny. Yeah, I think so, Aesthetic Delta. Yes. I think you will. I think Aesthetic Delta, if you're still in the room, I think that when you see the other side of her, you're going to really enjoy her. And she's going to really appreciate that you appreciate her. And it's going to help her to feel sort of safe and be more herself and not so guarded. Love Bug, happy to see you here. Thank you so much, guys. I sincerely appreciate everyone being here today. I know that there are a few people I couldn't quite get to, and I hope that you consider coming back. Tomorrow is the all signs reading, so I won't be answering direct questions tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day where I go through all the zodiac signs and give a zodiac reading for the week. Then on Thursday, I will be back for Third Eye Thursday, and Friday for the Friday Fast 5. Both Thursday and Friday, I can answer questions directly. So please come back. If you haven't already, consider subscribing so that you get a notification for when I'm going on live, and you'll know when you can pop in for a question. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. If you're on the East Coast of the US, it is gorgeous outside, and I can hear all the birds busy with their spring cleaning and nest building. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So enjoy it, have fun, and I will see you all later. Hey, Aries, the beautiful Aries princess, good to see you.